Dawson's Wrinkles.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here. Welcome to my spoiler video for the finale of Power Rangers Dino Fury Season 2. We finally got the big reveals we've been waiting for about the White Ranger. Spoiler alert, it's not from any Sentai. We'll get to that here shortly, but let's just go over what happened in the episode and then we can talk about that. Much like before, it's all kind of stuff we knew from the summary. It's like remarkable how much the brief summaries just told us about these episodes. Like, it all went down exactly the way you thought. But basically, you know, Void Queen turns into Eris, you know, the final boss from Ryu Soldier. That's the final form she takes from the cocoon. And they're fighting her off during the episode. Tarek joins forces with the Rangers because he was purified. He's given the Dino Night Morpher so that he can become Void Knight again. Seems like we're not getting the Ryuso brown suit. Apparently Simon Bennett confirmed that a while back, or so I heard offhand. I didn't hear about that before, but I'm a little disappointed we never got to see it in this season. But if I think about it, the only reason I wanted to see the suit was primarily for the potential of a figure, which we might not get anyway, because even if we were to use it, Hasbro doesn't really release a lot of stuff in the main line. So even if we had Ryuso Brown, we might not have gotten a figure. But also, I'm kind of a sucker for like the armor changing color or form when they're redeemed. But to be honest, I do prefer the purple coloring. But we do have a third season coming up, and if Tarek comes back, there's always a chance, you know? So you're saying there's a chance for Ryuso Brown. Maybe like 1%. But anyway, he transforms into regular Void Knight and fights alongside the Rangers. And you know, it's a big epic battle and struggle. You got all three Megazords in the mix. Amelia's trying to get through to her mom. And eventually, when the battle comes to a head, Zaito sacrifices himself, and Amelia is finally able to get through to her mom, and she's able to shed this off. It's basically the end game. You know, Zaito sacrifices himself with like the Master Sword, which they set that up, I believe, back when it was introduced during the Z arc, which is pretty cool. I would like to be able to see how that flows when I watch the episode, but I like that that was kind of foreshadowed and seeded throughout all the episodes, because then some of the Morphin Masters show up and they trap the Sporks in like crystal prisons, which I guess is their thing, and they say like they can't bring Zaito back. Come on, sorry, why are you lying? You're gonna bring him back in 5 minutes. But after that, there is a time skip for about 6 months, I believe, and you have Area 62 being rebuilt with the help of Pop, and they're rebuilding it for a home for the Rafkanians. So we have aliens living on Earth, SPD confirmed. Have Ion owning a cafe. That seems rather quick. I feel like there's a lot of business hoops and paperwork that is ill-explained. God, Power Rangers, you're supposed to go over the nitty-gritty details. Anyway, just kidding. He owns a cafe. Izzy and Fern, I guess, are back together. Did they ever break up? But like they're together again. I guess she's back. I honestly thought they might save that for Cosmic Fury. I don't remember reading anything about Ollie and Amelia being addressed so much, but I guess that's not so important to me. I guess I'll address it when I review it. Lucas and Slither, I guess, survive as we see a poster of them in their human forms, and they get to continue on, which, you know, I'm not their biggest fan, but I really don't care either way. But, I mean, I guess I do. I would have rather seen them destroyed. No, but anyway. I guess Santara is pregnant, so Void Knight and Void Queen got Void busy. They're having a baby, and Amelia's gonna be a big sister. Anyway, but then at the end, the big moment we've all been waiting for, they get an alert at the base from Solon, and they show up at the base, and guys, I'm the new Whitish Ranger, and it's Zaito who is the White Ranger, and the White Ranger suit is an original suit, original-ish suit, like it's, you know, an adapted original suit. It's got the same Ryuso red helmet, but it's got kind of a customized White Ranger suit with like the red drill symbol and like a cape thing, and it does look a little cheaper. But guys, to be fair, I think that this was like a last minute-ish thing. It wasn't like they had this planned and they had a lot of time to make this look as best as it could. So I'm going to cut them some slack on it. But I'm actually really happy about this. You know, a part of me was hoping there was no White Ranger and there was a mistranslation just because I thought that would have been funny. But it's easy to see why fans, including myself, would jump to the idea of it maybe being one of the unadapted Sentai suits. I think especially Zenkaiser sounded logical just because it is unusual to have a White Ranger Sentai lead, and there's so much focus on that, and we're heading into an anniversary. It's kind of like one of those things where like the evidence is all there in your head and it makes sense. So it's easy to see why we jump to the conclusions. But I was kind of hoping for something original. Like the farther we steer away from Sentai, the happier Dawson is. So even though this is just an adapted suit, and again, it looks a little cheaper, I like the idea of it. I mean, outside of talking about making it look a little bit more professional looking, I just kind of wish the helmet had some like white elements in it, like maybe some white streaks here or something, and it wasn't just all red. But I do like the basic idea of it, to be honest. I kind of dig it, like just setting aside, you know, some of this looking a little bit quickly thrown together. I personally dig it, and I like that it's original. And I think it's a cool way to leave off. It certainly opens up questions about what Cosmic Fury will be like, but it also kind of lines up with what I was thinking of. I don't necessarily think we'll be switching Sentai suits. Who knows, though? I don't want to say, never say never. But it's a cool note to leave off on. And obviously, I forgot to mention, because I mentioned this in the synopsis video, but the reason Zaito is back is he was brought back by the Morphin Masters, who just said they couldn't bring him back because Lord Zed has escaped, and so they're headed off to fight him, which seems to be the call to adventure for Cosmic Fury. And so we don't know what this means for Cosmic Fury as of right now. We do have Hasbro PulseCon next week. It's actually a week from today. I get a feeling we'll hear more about Cosmic Fury. I think it would be great if they shed more light on it. I welcome the idea of more surprises in the season, like if they wanted to have other Sentai villain suits, or other Sentai suits show up as Alien Rangers or something like that. But I do hope we get clarity, just because a lot of the fan speculation and uncertainty, and then certainty by other people of what they think is going to happen, is getting a little bit old. And so I would like for us to just kind of know, so we can put it to rest and look forward to it and sort of speculate based off of what we know. I get a feeling we might use those Kara Major power-up suits, though. I mean, the ones from the team-up that have, the cosmic armor. It looks very cosmic and spacey, and that made me think of this with this suit. But I don't know. I'm happy with the way it turned out. I'm looking forward to being able to watch this next week. As I said, I will be doing a video covering the whole season. It comes out on the 28th. My review will be coming out within 3 days of that. Probably not on the 30th, because that is the PulseCon day, and my video that day will be covering that. But let me know in the comments, if you're going to be watching those videos, would you prefer I did it like last time, where I watch an episode and then come here and record my thoughts, watch an episode, record, or if I just do one blanket thought review on the whole half season after I've watched it? I'm kind of curious which format you guys would prefer. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy with the way it turned out. A little bummed we didn't get to see Ryu Soul Brown. Even though it's not the absolute best, I'm really happy that the suit's original. And that makes me hope that Cosmic Fury is mostly original. I feel like we'll probably use some Sentai-ish stuff, possibly using other villain suits from other seasons that we're unaware of, but it makes me hopeful that it'll be mostly original, which really excites me. Because even, there's the reboot rumors on the horizon, but before we get to that, if we could start doing this bridge where we're doing mostly original stuff, that would be great. Not to mention, stuff like this original suit really reminds me of old school PR, when we used to do stuff that would fit our purposes too. Sure, we wanted to fit in what Sentai did to the story and make use of it when we could, but I also like when they're like, well, we want to do this, so let's go ahead and do it. Let's make our original suit like the Titanium Ranger or something like that. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the future has in store for that. Again, a lot of people are like, oh, the suit's awful looking, but I mean, again, it looks cheaper because I think that they kind of threw it together there at the last minute. But I like the general design principle of it, outside of wishing the helmet had a little bit of white accents to it to make it a little bit different. Overall, I'm really happy, to be quite honest. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. And to be honest, actually also, if this had been the end, and it was just kind of a call to adventure, there's going to be more adventures, or we're going to stop Lord Zed, I actually wouldn't have been that mad. Maybe something a little better for the end of the main universe, but not, we'll see how it feels when I watch it, but I wouldn't have been that mad. But as always, again, let me know what you guys think of the White Ranger suit and all this other stuff. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you get notifications for my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.